Welcome to Death Save Pinball. Today we're going to be talking about apron cards. Now I know, not the most exciting pinball topic to talk about, but more pinball content is always good. So we're going to be talking about apron cards today. Now the reason I'm doing a video about apron cards is because I recently discovered a problem with the Stern SAM system games. The setup they have for the apron cards absolutely sucks. You have to fold down the corners, which makes a nice wrinkle in it, and it just looks ugly and terrible. And I just got these fancy new laminated scorecards, and I really don't want to fold the edges of them. So I figured rather than fold down the corners of these fancy new scorecards, mess them all up, figured we'll just throw a little glue in the back, slap it down on a piece of magnet paper, and then it will just stick right on top of the apron rather than folding it down and tucking it in those little corners. And if you've made it this far in the video and have no idea what I'm talking about, let me just pull the glass off Indiana Jones and I'll show you. So these are the current scorecards I have right here, and as you can see the crease right in this one, because like they don't just like slide in, you literally have to fold down the edges and then tuck them in like that. Like over here on Hook, you can see it just lays flat against the apron. Or over on Indy, if you don't tuck these corners in and push them down and fold them, it kind of bubbles out a little bit. And I don't like that look, and I don't like folding down these corners because I think it just looks terrible. And just to show you how bad it looks when you don't fold the corners down, I'm gonna throw these in. And you'll be able to see how it bubbles out worse than this. Now I know taking out and putting in new apron cards is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm sure somebody watching this video doesn't know how to do it for whatever reason, so I figured I would just film it just in case, but it's pretty simple. You just take the corners, and on most games you just tuck them in there, but for some reason on these SAM games you have to fold them. And as you can see, this is totally like, it's like a little rainbow, got a little flex to it. But it just doesn't look as nice as it could if we just turn these into magnets. Because like, look, it just bubbles out, and I don't know, maybe it'll flatten over time, but I doubt it, because it's like really, you know, it's a hard, almost plastic-like material. So I doubt that it's going to flatten. If anything, it's just going to bubble up even more and eventually just fall out. But if these are magnetic, we can literally just put them like that and they'll stay. They obviously won't slide down. The only flaw in that plan is you're going to see a little bit of these holes, but like it's whatever. I think that's a better look than having it like bow out and look like a rainbow. Now I know gluing the scorecards down to the magnet paper is pretty self-explanatory. Pretty much everything in this video is self-explanatory. But I know sometimes I just like to watch random pinball videos, even if it's about something as simple as gluing a scorecard down to magnet paper. So I figured why not film the rest of the process. This is the magnet paper I'm going to be using. I'm sure you can buy something at the store. I had this sitting around my house. Clearly, it looks like it's been sitting around my house since the 90s. This thing looks really old, but I'm sure if you go on Amazon or go to Staples or something, I'm sure you can find magnet paper. I feel like I'm back in elementary school doing arts and crafts. This is all the stuff we're going to be using. Hot glue gun, pair of scissors, scorecards, and the magnet paper. The magnet paper I'm using is actually meant for like a printer, so you're able to put this through a printer and print on this white surface. We're just going to go ahead and peel this entire white surface off, because we don't need that. We don't need this at all, so we can just go ahead and peel that off. Now I'm actually kind of nervous to do this because I'm afraid once we put the hot glue on the edge, it's actually gonna melt the laminated thing because it's kind of like plastic. So without any further ado, let's kind of go for it and hope for the best. Yeah, see, it's already dry. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! All right, round two. I got a new strategy. I'm gonna fill those edges with hot glue. Then I'm literally just gonna take this and slap it down on there and go like that, rather than try to pick it up again, because that's, I think, where we ran into a little bit of trouble last time. Definitely didn't get it. Not as good as it could be. So, it's a little messy, but it's not horrible. So let's go ahead and cut it out and see what it looks like. Okay, not horrible. Not the prettiest scorecard in the world, not the best hot glue job in the world, but whatever. So here we go, scorecard number 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and put little dots in all the corner and then maybe one in the middle. I think that'll be easier than just going around all the edges. This shit dries really fast. So let's go ahead, little dot in that corner, little dot over there, one there, and a little circle action in the middle. Slap it down on here. Ooh. Burn my fingers again. Let's go ahead and cut this out. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Why didn't I just do that in the first place? Could have saved myself a lot of trouble. On the first one, if I just did the corners, like there's no need for this to be an industrial grade magnet. It just needs to hold so we can slap it on the apron. It doesn't need to be perfect. Why didn't I just do that on the first one? You probably asked yourself at the beginning of this video, why is he making a video about gluing apron cards onto magnets? This is why. So I can make the mistake, so you don't have to. Let's go ahead and see how these things look. With my luck, they're probably not even magnetic. The paper probably worn off because those things are from like the 90s. But so far so good. It sticks right on. You can kind of like move it around, so it's nice. Do the same on the other side. I also like how this card lists all the designers. It just doesn't say free play. It gives credit where credit is due to everybody who worked on this wonderful game. And yes, I said it's a wonderful game. I know everybody likes the Williams one. But I personally think that the Stern one is just as good. Don't tell anybody, but I think it might even be better. So there they are, our brand new scorecards right here on the Stern Indiana Jones pinball machine. So that's about it for this video. We hot glued a piece of paper to a piece of magnet paper. Very exciting stuff today. I just figured all the stuff I do to these games, I might as well share them. Somebody might be interested in it. Maybe it inspired you to bust out the hot glue gun and glue your apron cards down to a piece of magnet paper. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around here on Death Save Pinball.